Hi everyone, this is Nishant. First of all, I would like to thank all of you. You have given your time, and I'll try to make it as interactive, as interesting as possible. The agenda for today would be introduction to Power BI. The first would be the type of filters. We'll discuss different type of filters in Power BI. We'll discuss drill through options. We'll discuss bookmarking. We'll also discuss what is cross filtering and what is cross highlighting. Actually, this has been not been written correctly, but the thing is, it is cross filter versus cross highlighting. We'll also discuss some of the examples of basic conditional formatting and how quickly you can slice and dice with your data in Power BI. So we'll be creating the and very interactive dashboard, right, in 40 minutes. So let's jump onto the Power BI dashboard. So this dashboard is already in front of you, right? This is the dashboard which we would be creating in the next 40 minutes. This already I've made. So this we'll create from scratch. Uh, it's basically an interactive Power BI dashboard. So you click something, the things filter out, and that's what happens. So quickly we'll go to a new Power BI desktop file, and I'll just start. It'll just take 2 minutes to open it up. So this is the latest version which I'm using. It's a February 2021 version. So as we all know that every month Power BI comes up with a new update because they do updates quite frequently than any of the other tools in the market. So quickly, I'll just this is the visualization pane. So we'll come on to this as well, right? So when you open Power BI, this is the screen which appears, right? You have four options: import data from Excel, import data from SQL Server, paste data into a blank table. However, we'll try a sample data set. This data set is offered by Power BI for practice purposes. So I'm using the same one, right? I'm using the sample data set, right? So if we go and click try a sample data set. So basically, you just have to click load sample data. Once you connect to any data source, be it Excel, be it SQL Server, be it a web file, this screen will open up. So this screen will actually tell you that in your data source how many tables are there. So we have this financial table in our data source in the backend. So if we click on this table, we have three options here. So cancel, obviously we won't be canceling this. So two options are load and transform data. So if we click on load, this data set would directly load inside of Power BI. But ideally, uh, we should always go for transform data because, for example, if we want to change a data type or rename columns or remove columns or change the table of the name of the table, if we have to do any kind of transformation, splitting columns or delimiting rows, unpivoting columns, we'll come into that into those details. But we should ideally first check that why we should ideally go here first. So we also can understand our data here. So we have segment, country, product, discount band, unit sold, manufacturing price, sale price, gross sales, discount, COGS, profit. So we have a lot of columns to use. We also have the date in place, right? So what we'll do is, I think everything is in. So what you have to check is basically uh, this data type is in decimal number. Suppose if you want to convert it into a percentage, I'll do that from here. Suppose if I have to rename this column to say maybe I'm not doing it, but if I have to do it, I can do it from here. So if you're set with the data, if everything is sorted, you may think that now the data can be loaded inside the Power BI model, right? Then we can actually go in and select close and apply. Right. So now the data has been loaded inside Power BI. As you can see that all the fields are available here: COGS, country, date, whatever we discussed, right? So now we'll start we'll start. So first of all, what do I want to visualize now? What do I want to visualize? That's the most important thing. A dashboard. Whenever you're creating a dashboard, you should always look from left to right, not right to left. The audience or the viewers or your stakeholders, wherever you're working, even if you're making an Excel dashboard, always try to start your dashboard from the left hand side. Your left hand side should cover all your filters, and on the top you can have your KPIs like sales, profit, cost, discounts, and below that you can have your charts. So ideally as a professional, I would tell you that do not keep more than 6 charts in one screen. Then it looks kind of clustered, and or the visual appeal kind of goes away, right? So we'll try and start with first of all, what should I start with? So let's start up with the KPIs first. What I want to see, right now is I actually want to visualize what is my total sales. So what I'll do, so there are three panes here. One is the one is the filters, where you can apply filters inside a visual. And also the visualization pane here. So basically all the visualizations are available here. You can go and check any see any kind of visualization and slice and dice with your data set. And third is the fields, wherein we will drag and drop things. So there are three things: filters, visualization, and fields, right? So I see that Kumar Kaushik Priyadarshi is raising his hand, I think, right? So if there's any question, you can put up in the question box and I'll be able to answer that, right? Uh, so better, I think. So Kumar, you can just, if you have any questions, so you can just drop in the question box, right? Now, if we go to so what I'll select is, I'll select the card option from here. This is a row card. We call it a row card. So when you're visualizing any KPI, the default Power BI visual is a card visual, which is appearing here. So what I'll do is I'll do nothing. I'll just click on my sales. So can you see the sales has come in, right? I'll also adjust my page size to middle, right? And I'll just decrease the transparency level to 50%, so these lines go away. So once I have this in place, I can just keep it like that. So what I'll do is we'll first of all we'll create all the visuals and then we'll go for the formatting and alignment, right? So once this is done, I can copy paste it multiple times. We can just copy paste it 4 times maybe. We have sales here, so probably I can have profit. We can just remove the sales from here and have profit here. So 118.73 is my sales, 16.89 is my profit. What is my cost? So cost is COGS, cost of goods sold. So let's just click this as well. And we can also show the units sold, right? How much quantity we have sold. We can just tag them side by side: sales, profit, units sold, COGS. Right? We can do like this. Now, once we are done with the KPIs, what I'll do is the size is quite big, right? We need to just reduce the size as well. So we can go here and just reduce the size as per our requirement, but make sure that your font size should be standard across your report. So let us do it 16. So if you go to this data label in this is called the formatting pane. You'll have all the options here. And go to data label, just change the size of this to 20. And just as we do in Excel, PowerPoint, we can just go and format pane this. Once we do this, we need to check the size because this is looking big, this is small. So we can go to the format option and align them, distribute horizontally. This will what it'll do is it'll distribute this horizontally, right? So we have our KPIs on top, we have our sales, we have our units sold, we have our profit, and we have our COGS, right? Now what I'll do is I also want to slice and dice my data. I have a lot of fields in my table like segment, country, product, discount band, units sold. I mean, till this point, I would want to discuss first. So what if I want to maybe slice and dice my data with what is the country sales total? What is Germany sales, or what is France, or Poland profit? So what I'll do is I'll go to this particular option. This is a slicer. So we'll use a slicer here. We'll use the slicer option, and from here we'll just type country and we'll just click on it. Right? We have these countries. Now for this dashboard, most of the time you will use the drop down option, because what happens is in the list option you'll see all the options, but it's better give a drop down because so the reason is just to save the space on the screen. That's it. Go and just place it on here. You can just place it here. Just again what I did with row cards, Control C, Control V. So now when we have this country here, we also want to slice and dice by segment. Say I'll just go here and I'll just click on segment. I'll go here. I also want to see what all fields we have. We have segment, country, product, discount band. So let's have the discount band as well. Okay, I have some questions. How did we distribute horizontally? Second question is, I wish you have the webinar file. So we can answer this later. I wish you have the webinar final document submission report and details. Yes, I do understand this. On Delhi now, but since it's a dummy data which has been provided by Power BI, we are now conducting the live session with the dummy data because there are a lot of people who are still learning Power BI. So initially what happens is when you start working on a dashboard or you start learning, you'll obviously, or you every time you'll get, most probably you'll search for the sales data. So it is easier to understand when you're working with sales data. That's the reason we are using the sales data. So I think I have answered your question. And one more I've got. Can you please repeat segment filter? No, nothing. I've done nothing in segment filter. I have just searched segment here. That's it, in my field section where I'm dragging and dropping things. So I've just clicked on segment. That's it. That's how the segment has come. See, the segment has come here now. We have this segment. I think I've done with Anurag, and you have another question. How did we distribute horizontally? Okay, so how did we do that? How do we do that? We just have to select all of them, all of the cards. Whether we depends. I'll just show you the vertically also. So I think then it'll be easier for you to understand. So I'll tell you. So like we have country segment, and we should also go for the discount band now. And also, what else I can cover? Product also, if you want. Yes, you can have the product as well. Now, Anurag, uh, so like we did horizontally, I'll just tell you that how we can distribute vertically. Just select all of these slices. Just we'll now go to the format tab. You can see the line option. Go to the line option and click on distribute vertically. That's it. So if you have to distribute horizontally, you click on horizontal and horizontally, and then then vice versa for the vertical section. Right? Thank you. Right, you got it. Okay, so we have now finished the slicer. We have now, so now what happens in the slicer, right? So once we click on anything, the figures would obviously change because now we are viewing the France statistics. Sales of France is 24.35, where the COGS is 20.57. Now I can just go and slice and dice with my data. Suppose I want to see, the segment, government segment, right? So this is my government segment, and country, I want to see Mexico government segment. So this is how you can play with your data set, right? This is what everyone does when you prepare a dashboard. I'll just take this to a little right, so for the charts to come in. So I'll use a dark theme. I want to show you how you can build great dashboards using dark theme. Ideally, it is not using professional culture, but then when you're designing something and use a dark theme, it is quite visually appealing. So I'll just do that. So I'll just show you that how it's done, how you can change the background. So now the background is white, right? I want to make it black. So can you see now the background has been changed from white to black. Now quickly I'll just go in and just remove the backgrounds, and so don't worry, everything will come in. I'll go to the data label and just change it to white. And also the category should also be white. So now I'll just again quickly format print this. Same with the slices. I've just change the font color to white, black to white for the slicer header as well as for the items. Items are in between your drop down, and this is this. So items, still the background I have to make it black so that when you scroll down you see that whatever you're clicking. So quickly I'll again format paint this. Now, once we are done with the slicers and KPI, these are the most important in your report. Every time, whenever you're making a dashboard, either have the filters on top, KPIs on left, or vice versa. That's the best way to professionally, I would tell you. So now what should we now do? So we can, just see that how my segments have been doing, the sales per segment. If I want background colors, Anurag, it's there. You go here. It's the format option. Go to the page background, and then you can change the colors. That's it. So we can now go to the horizontal, uh, you know, horizontal. Maybe I'll just take this one, clustered bar chart. I'll take the clustered bar chart, right? And I'll just go and select segment from here. I want to see segment sales, which segment is doing better, which is not. Can you see? I've done nothing. In Access, I've just dragged my segment, and sales I've dragged in my values section. That's it. I've got this thing. So this is one I wanted to show you. The other thing what I wanted to show you was the scatter chart. It's a very interesting chart. So I click here. Let's pick up this scatter chart. Right. I'll just in my legend. So just differentiate between the colors. I'll just put the products. And I'll put profit in my y-axis or x-axis, whatever you like. So what I've done here is profit is in x-axis and sales is in y-axis. So the size is very small, so I'll go to the format pane. I'll just increase the size. Just increase the size a bit more, and I'll do away with the legend section. It's off. It's on. We'll just switch it off, and I'll just switch on the category section so you see that which products are where. So we have profit in x-axis, sales on y-axis, right? Patio is doing the best. It's having the maximum profit, maximum sales. Velo is the worst, low profit, low sales, and all are all these are in between. That's the analysis we can do out very, very quickly in 5 minutes from Power BI. Now let's create the last chart very quickly. Now what I want to do is I want to check the performance of my products uh, on a timeline scale. So I have the date column here. I'll just take this ribbon chart. This is my favorite. Ribbon and scatter are my favorite. So I'll take the ribbon chart. Drag it a bit. And on the axis, I'll drag the date. Always select. If you have a hierarchy in your data model, just go and select date. Right? We have the date on the axis. And the values, we'll have maybe the unit. Maybe we can have units sold. Right now, you're just seeing the bars, right? Now in the legend, how would I now compare products time to time. How would I do that? I would go in, I would just select products, and I will just drag them in the legend area. See how this becomes. This is beautiful, isn't it? Now what is actually showing you, it's telling you that this is the Pasio, right? This is Pasio. So Pasio has always been on top. Every time it's been on top. Uh, what about the rest? Montana, sometimes it's on second, then last. So what it's telling you that how the products have been performing in the last 2 years, from September 2013 to November 2014, that the last 1.5 year, on a monthly basis, how my products have been moving. Some are on top, some are below. So it's like that. So it's a great analysis. Now, once we are done with this, right, I want to just show you the conditional formatting as well. Just basic, but yes, it's very powerful. So if I select this chart, right, I'll go to the formatting section. Can you see these data colors? Go to the data colors and just press this function area. And based on field, just select sales here. So automatically Power BI has this functionality of conditional formatting where it allows you to set a color on the lowest value and allows you to set a color on the maximum value. So you can select any color. I've selected this light blue. I'll switch on diverging. Diverging would actually give you the option of selecting 3 colors. You click here and then you give. So can you see maximum? I've given the darkest. Center is in between, and the minimum is the most very light shade I've given. So if you press OK, a conditional formatting would run on this visual and would tell you that where you have more sales. So visually you can see that okay, my government is being the best. Ideally it is also showing you without formatting also. It's just the way to how you can conditionally format your charts, right? So quickly I'll go and remove the background of this one as well. Now if I go to my y-axis, I'll just convert this into white, and my x-axis, I don't want the x-axis. I'll just switch on the data labels. So data labels can be again white, and the legend also can be, we can have it in center. So now see, it looks very nice now. And what we can do is we can go here and just switch on the shadow, and to the shadow we can give a white color. So it just as- for aesthetic purposes, it just tells you that okay, this is the boundary, but a very fine thin line or thin white line, it actually does make your report appealing. So you can click here and just format paint this as well. Okay, we'll not do it. This is a separate chart. Let's do it again, same thing. So now can you see we'll also change the shapes as well. I don't like round shape. Bubble should be changed to maybe this kite shape or something like that. Looks good. So I have a question from Vaishali. Vaishali is asking why use the shadowing charts. So Vaishali, we just do it for aesthetic purposes. A lot of times you will make reports. You will have clients who ask you to beautify your report. Power BI gives you an internal option to set shadows on your visuals. That's the only reason we use it, to make report look aesthetic, better aesthetically. That's it. Thank you. So now if you go to this particular section, So can you see we just made everything white, pure white. Looks good, right? Uh, Great. Thank you, Vishali. So now we can just get this inside, right? Now we have a dashboard in place, guys. We have a dashboard in place. You can go and just check the, just enable the shadow function as well. So now we have the dashboard ready in front of you, and we have made this very, very fast. In 40 minutes, you have a dashboard ready. In less than 30 minutes. But yes, I have three things to tell you before I, just wind this up. So first of all, look at this dashboard, right? When you select any, so we talked about cross filtering and cross highlighting. What is that is? I select Velo here. I've selected this in my report. Everything would be filtered by Velo. Can you see this line as well? This is all Velo. This is all Velo has been selected. So Velo's things are being highlighted here. This is cross highlighting. What I'll do is I'll go to the file option. I'll go to my options and settings. Options. So quickly what we'll do is we'll go here for the report settings. We'll change default visual interaction from highlighting to cross filtering. Now check what this does. Check it out. Now I select Velo. See this. This is better, right? So depends again on requirement to requirement. This is my personal favorite. I always click this on because it genuinely changes the context of your report to whatever you select. Now I've selected Velo. I can select anything from my report and everything would be filtered by that. This is enterprise. This is all enterprise. Isn't it cool? So I have an option from Anurag. Did you change the Z axis in order to pop the cards up? No, Anurag, I didn't do that. So you don't have to, change the axis. I've just used the shadow option, which you'll find here in the formatting area. This is the one. So we'll go and down border next to the border. It'll be there. Thank you. So this is it, guys. This is it. You can select anything. You have learned how to import data, how to transform data, basic steps, conditional formatting, cross highlighting, cross filtering, right? You've seen everything. Now the thing which is left is the bookmark, which I talked about, right? Now suppose I'll just insert a button here. This reset button, I'll reset. Can you repeat this step? Okay, sure. Okay, sure. Yeah, Anurag, I'll just repeat that. So what I did was I went to the file option, options and settings, options, simple. Go to this report settings and just click this, check this box, change default visual interaction from highlighting to filtering. So by default, it highlights whatever you select. But when you click on, when you tick this box under current file option report settings, it starts to filter your reports on the context you select. It starts acting as a slicer. I hope I'm clear on this. Thank you, Anurag, and thank you. Yep. So that's it. So I have this bookmark in front of me. This is a button I've just taken in from insert button, right? Now what I want to do is, if I select anything, I want to reset my dashboard. See, suppose if I checked on multiple items, now I don't want the user to actually, deselect these options. I want to give him an option where you can just click that button and all the slices would reset. How would I do that? I go to view, I click on bookmarks, I add a bookmark, I'll just rename it to reset. So what I'll do is I'll just click and I'll update this. So what it happens, it takes what the bookmark does, it takes the current snapshot of your screen. Now all the slices are anything is not, checked in or clicked in, or everything is selected all, right? So I have taken the snapshot of this bookmark has taken a picture of this, the image of this dashboard. What I'm going to do is I'll click this button, right? And in my action tab, I'll switch it to on. I click a bookmark. Which bookmark did we create? Reset. And that's it. Now I've given an action to this button now. Now, if I select any country, say Germany, discount band to low, I want the slicer to again showing all, everything is selected because I want to reset my slicers. I just click that, everything again comes to all. This is how you can use bookmarks in your report on any kind of requirements. Whenever you want to capture a snapshot, say if you want to have a button showing only US sales, you'll create a bookmark for US and then giving it an action. That's it. This is bookmarking, cross highlighting, cross filtering. We've already discussed with you. So last thing, it's the thing which is how to add a picture. Isha is asking how to add picture on this bookmark. A picture, okay, it's not basically a picture, it's like a snapshot, right? You are only capturing the current state of your report. What I did was I had just taken the snapshot. When you go to your bookmark, when you create anything, you just Vinesh, I'll have to answer that a little later. Maybe it's a long story, so I'll share it with you. I'll share the blog with you. Thank you. So reset, what I've done is I've just added a bookmark, and when you add a bookmark and update it, so whatever things you are seeing in your report gets captured. That's what has happened, and I've given the action to this button. And when you go here, you just give the bookmark action of this button is reset, and you have a bookmark in place, right? Thank you, Isha. So now we click here and we see all the fun happening. I'll just go and remove the background of this. Icon needs to be drill through. So last thing which is remaining is the drill through option, which we promised with you. So suppose what I want to do now is in another sheet, I have a data. I have country level data in another sheet. I'll just take a table. So Vinesh, can we take screenshot or export the dashboard image? Yes, absolutely, you can do that, but not here on the Power BI service. Power BI service is a different platform where you share your Power BI reports with the stakeholders. There you can do that. You can even export the entire dashboard in a PPT or a PDF format. So we have a table here, we have our country here, we have sales here, suppose. Right now it is giving me sales, the total of Canada, France, Germany, and the total, right? Now what I'll do here is, can you see add drill through fields here? What I'll do is, I'll go to the I'll search product here, and I'll simply drag my product to the drill through field. And you see this popping out as well. I'm using the desktop version. Power BI Pro is only and only required for publishing. I mean, the semantics or the description would only change depending upon with whom I'm sharing my reports with. So whenever you're building a dashboard, it's always desktop version on your local systems. And when you're publishing it, either you can have a free license or you can have a pro license. So we can discuss that later as well. But the simple thing is it's a desktop version. Thank you. So right now, what I've done here is I have simply dragged my product in the drill through option, drill through area. Now you will automatically see that when I hover around this product chart, can you see it's written right click to drill through? What does it mean? It tells me that if I go to the next sheet, my entire sheet would be filtered by this VTT, PSEO, or any product sales. Like say if I want to see VTT, so I'll right click on VTT and I'll select say, drill through. It is taking me to the page 2 because we had dragged the product field there. It'll filter by VTT. Now this is only showing for the VTT product. This is the drill through option where you want to take the user to the other page for some external or some detailed information you want to share with the audience. That's it. You go back and you have this dashboard ready in front of you. So that's it from my end, guys. Hope you have enjoyed the session. I mean the dashboarding session. We have some other things to share with you as well. But this is how you can quickly in 40 minutes. I've started at 8:05, it's 8:46. In 40 minutes, with answering your questions, we are able to create a wonderful dashboard. Slicers, we've used slicers, we've used charting, we've used conditional formatting, we've used drill through, we've almost used everything, right? So this is it. This is it. Now, how you can share it is basically I'll not share it now, but if you go to home, you will have the option of publish. You click on publish, it'll ask you to save your changes. Say yes. Now, depending upon, okay, I've not saved this, so maybe I can just save it now. Say if I save it to that, this is my folder. 40 minutes is the name of the file, and if I publish it, I have an option. So this is my personal space. So you can publish with the PowerBI service there, and you can share. Then that link can be shared with multiple stakeholders. You can select anything, and you can, depending upon the requirement, depending upon the workspaces, you can share the dashboard. That's it. There's no requirement of sharing the Excel or any other thing. Just share the dashboard. People will be able to. When you're asking to create this kind of dashboard, how many days will it take to learn all commands? See, this is very, very basic. I've shown it to you, Vinesh. It's quite, I mean, it's just taken me like 40 minutes, right? But yes, to master all the concepts, you would have to give at least 20-25 hours. We have a course, a PowerBI course, which is around, I think, 20 hours. And if you attend that course, then definitely you'll be able to master the concepts. Thank you. So this is it, guys. That's what I wanted to show it to you in this particular piece. Can you please repeat once the line chart? Okay, sure, Anurag. So line chart, this is the ribbon chart. I've just taken this. Let's take for your demonstration. We take another page. Go to you select a ribbon chart. Just drag your product to the axis. Not actually the product. You can just drag the date as date to the axis. Then you can have your sales or anything in the values. And in the legend field, legend basically differentiate on the axis level. So for each date, it will give me the products. Legend basically discriminates in the bars. So it will actually split up the bars in products. So if I drag my product to legend field, this will actually, distribute my products. It has just split the entire thing. Anurag, we'll cover it later. It is again a very, very long section. Tooltips is basically, if you hover it around, you can also see the tooltips. This is the tooltip. So whatever it's there on the visualization pane, date, product, and sales, you will be able to see the description of that. That these are tooltips, but there are additional kind of tricks which you can implement by using tooltips, which we'll discuss later. So Isha, I think you asked for the certification, and this will be shared with you very very soon. So don't worry, all the details will be given to you. That's it from my end. Thank you so much. For any query, please write us at info@analyticstraininghub.com or call us at 96503 08956.